Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today. Now children, let us talk about what lesson we are going to learn today. So we will be learning the lesson directions and maps, which is lesson number 4 in your EVS textbook. Now children, we had just have a time frame of around 15 minutes. So in case we are not able to complete the lesson, we will do the second part of this lesson next week. Alright, so in today's lesson we will talk about directions, and we will talk about commonly what are the directions that we know about, but then what are the directions as far as the earth is concerned, as far as the rising sun, setting sun is concerned. Okay, we will also talk about how these directions help us in our daily life. In the second part of the lesson, when we talk about maps, then we will learn about how these directions are used on the map. Okay, so this is a long lesson. We might not be able to do it in one day, so we will divide it into two parts. The first half we will do today, and the second half next time. Okay, so let us now start by understanding what the meaning of direction is. Okay, simple meaning of direction. So we will take this particular exercise from your textbook only, but I will present it in a different manner to you. So these children, suppose this is a row of children, and you can see their faces are towards you. Alright, you can see their eyes, their nose, their mouth. So that means they are facing you. Okay, so this is a row of children. They are facing you. Let us call them as row 1. Now there is another row of children. Now these children are not facing you, their backs are towards you. Okay, you can see but that these two rows of children, they are facing each other. They are standing face to face. Alright, so the second row, let us name it as row 2. Now sometimes when you in the class, when your teacher decides to play a game with you, or she decides to teach you something using a particular game, so she makes you stand like this, facing each other, in front of each other in two rows. So just imagine that these are two rows of children whose teacher has made them stand facing each other. So row 1 children are looking at row 2 children, and row 2 children are looking at row 1 children. Okay, and we are just observing them from outside. Now suppose the children are standing face to face, we saw this. Now there is a blackboard here. The teacher is going to use this blackboard in order to teach these children something. So tell me children, what is the direction of the blackboard? On which side of the blackboard is when you talk about these two rows? Okay, can you decide on which side of the blackboard, which is the row 1 children standing, and for row number 2 children, which side is the blackboard? So let us try and see, so that they don't have any problems with each other. So let us try and help them. Row 1 is saying that the blackboard is to our left side. Okay, you can see that girl, she's raised her left hand. So row number 1 children are saying that the blackboard is to their left side. What about row 2 children? Let us see whether they are agreeing with row number 1 children. Unfortunately, no. Row 2 children are saying that no, the blackboard is to my right side. So then, who is wrong and who is right? What do you think? Who is wrong? If you are standing in row 1, then you are right. But if you are standing in row 2, then also you are right. Okay? Here it means that all these children are right in their own ways. Okay, so when you have a person standing in a different position, then it is very difficult to talk about location of a particular thing. It is very difficult to make out if the object is located to the left or the object is located to the right. Sometimes you have such directions also. See, left and right we saw now. Sometimes you have such directions also, in front of. Sometimes you say he is in front of me. Okay, but for someone who is in front of him, he will say he is behind me. So in front of is also a problematic thing here for location. See here, look at this rat. This rat is in front of this box, isn't it? The rat is in front of this box. But suppose there is one more rat here, then that rat will say that this rat is behind me. Alright, so look at this. This is one more direction that we talk about. Like we say left, we say right, we say in front of, we also say behind. Okay, see in the first picture, there is a rat behind the box, and here there is a cat behind the, you can say, storage space or the cupboard. Alright, so when you talk about directions, these four things that you sometimes say, you say left, you say right, okay, sometimes you say in front of, sometimes you say behind. So these directions are not accurate. Okay, you cannot tell the exact location of something just based on these directions. Now children, we all know that we live on this planet called Earth, okay, and this Earth is round. Now after, when you grow up a little bit, you will learn that it is spherical. Actually it is not round, but for third standard level, let us say that the Earth is round. So imagine, on this Earth, how will you decide direction if you talk about left and right and front and behind? It is very difficult. So for deciding directions on the Earth, we have these four proper points. What are these proper points? Either north, west, south and east. Okay, so instead of saying in front of, instead of saying behind, instead of saying right, left, we can also make use of these proper directions. What are these proper directions? We have north, we have east, south and west. Alright, see now let us talk about the directions once again. See, on the earth, everything which is on top, you can say is the north, south is below, okay, and then you have the east and the west, which are in opposite directions. So which are the four main directions? We can say that they are north, south, east and west. These are also called as cardinal directions that you will learn when you grow up a little bit more. Okay, for now we will try and understand this in easy language. So let us say that the four main directions on the earth are north, south, east and west. Alright, see, north, south. So if a boy is standing like this, how will you tell the direction? When someone is standing like this, north is on top, where his head is, okay, south is below, where his legs are, right direction you have east, and in the left direction you have west. Okay, now I am talking about when you are looking at that boy, not when the boy is looking at you. Okay, I am looking at the boy, and for me, north is on top, south is below, the right side is east and the left side is west. You will also see the outline map of India behind that boy. So imagine that you're looking at the map of India which is there behind the boy. So on top we have north, that is Kashmir, okay. Towards the legs of the boy, south, we have Kanyakumari. Towards the east, that is on the right side that we can see, we have Bengal, we have Assam, etc. And towards the left side, that is the west side, we have Maharashtra where we live, Gujarat, etc. Okay, children? So this is how we can decide or we can talk about directions, and these are the four main directions on the earth. Now let me take you one picture back and let me show you this particular picture. Now in this picture, children, you will see that there are some other words also given. Between the north and the east, there is the northeast. Between the east and the south, there is southeast. Let me point out using this arrow so that you can understand it better. See, this is north and this is east. Okay, between these two places you have the northeast. Between the east and the south you have the southeast. Between the south and the west you have the southwest, and between the north and the west you have the northwest. So when you grow up, children, you will be learning about more directions, but this year we will talk about these four basic directions: north, south, east and west. Now I have a beautiful apple which is dancing in the directions, dancing to the directions. So let us look at the apple and enjoy its dance, and then we will see the. Now, how will you decide which is the east and the west? So the direction in which the sun rises is the east. See, the sun is rising now in the east, and it goes and it sets in the west. Okay, so if you have to find out directions around your home, then do one thing: get up in the morning and go outside and try to figure out from where the sun is rising. All right, so the place from where the sun rises will be east, and then you will also know in the evening when you observe where the sun has gone and set, so that is the west for you. Okay, so this is one easy way to find out how east and west directions are decided on the surface of the earth. So in the morning when you go and stand out, the direction in which you see the sun coming up gradually is the east, and the place where it goes and sets is the west. Okay, now there is one more way of finding out the direction, and that is making use of this instrument which is called as the compass. Alright, now a compass will always indicate north south direction. So you can see the compass, there is a red and white needle. The red needle is pointing towards the north, and the white needle is naturally in the opposite direction, that is the south. So a compass always points north south. So now you know how to find out directions. If you want to find out north south, you use a compass, and if you want to find out east and west, then you simply stand outside and you observe the rising and the setting sun. Alright, let us learn a little bit more about the compass. Now this is called as a magnetic needle compass. So the needle of the compass is magnetic. Okay, and it always rests in the north-south direction. So a magnetic needle compass is decided to locate the north-south direction. It is used to locate the north-south direction. Alright, children, so this was about the various directions for you. So we have the north, the south, the east and the west. Alright, now in the next part of the lesson, we will talk about maps. Now we have already talked about these four directions. You can see them on the map here: north, south, east and west. We will talk about how you can make use of these directions on the map. Okay, or we will see
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.